And welcome to my channel. My name is Budgets with Elma, and today we are going to do one of the things that I like to do when it comes to getting organized with my budget, and that is my bills calendar. It is a way that I can lay out all the expenses I got going on, along with life happening expenses that may affect my budget from time to time. So, this portion here, I like to do it at the beginning of the month, but of course, life and lifing, and so I am doing it in the mid-month, but I'm still going to do it because it's part of doing my budget and getting organized. Now, I've been a little bit MIA because my mom has not been doing so well, guys, and she is back into the hospital. So, because she has been, our family has been mostly focusing on her as always and putting her first. So, recording had to be put on pause, and I had to focus on what's more important, of course, that being my mom, right? And so she did get admitted to the hospital. Ambulance came to get her at the house and everything. And she had to have surgery, and she is now recovering from the surgery. And so my schedule is basically going to work and coming home, picking up my kids if they come from school, and then we go straight to the hospital and spend the evenings with her every day. And then, of course, my siblings, we take turns. So if you're new to my channel, for those of you who are, my mom did suffer a stroke at the end of the year. And so she was at a rehab center. Then they released her to be home. And then now she's in the hospital and had a surgery recently. So things have been a little bit crazy, okay, for the family. And so we are adjusting with, her surgery and what they're going to decide to do, if they're going to put her in a rehab center and go from there to do her treatment until she's 100% and can start therapy. But in the meantime, just keep her in your prayers. So that is what's been going on with me. Okay. So now that she is recovering from her surgery, and we are adjusting little by little, I can return back a little bit and get things organized on my channel. So today we are going to do my monthly overview and just get things rolling to get things in place. Okay. So if you see my videos spread out, you know, right? And so I will do videos when I can, because of course my mom comes first. But let's jump into today's video. As you can see, I have my Budget Mom's Planner, right? Budget by Paycheck. And I love this planner. I do use it, especially when it comes to doing my bills calendar. So let me know in the comments below, do you do one, right? And how do you use it? Do you simply put all your bills in, or do you track your expenses as you are spending money? Or do you just put the bills and just highlight what pay period that covers what, and then from time to time you look back at it, or you do it and then that is it, or do you not do it at all? So let me know what's your routine on when you're doing your budget. Now, as you can see on my desk, I have two sticker books that I will be using because, again, with my mom moving in with her medical bed prior to going to the hospital, I had to move my recording situation, so it is hard for me to find certain things. But thank God my pumpkin was like, Mom, I want you to use this anyway. So that was like a blessing in itself. So you will be seeing today's setup with superhero stickers. All right. And I'll be using my Happy Planner faith base to pull out some things to do the monthly overview. All right. So let me open it up and let's get started. Again, let me know what you're using for your planning. And this is my February one, but I have a paper clip to bring me right to that page. And here is a clean, ready to go. And we're going to do it from scratch. And what I'm going to do, I had the paper clip, but I'm going to remove it because I know where we are now. And I'll have it here so I could have a little more space. I hope everything is in frame and that you can see everything okay. And if you hear someone in the background, that is Nay taking a little nap, okay? She's on spring break, guys, okay? Yesterday was their final day of school, so she was home, and me, I went to work. And so so she's just been enjoying her spring break. She's ahead of me. I am taking vacation next week to be with them on their vacation time off. All right, so let's go ahead and set up the things we need to. I am using this beautiful, okay, highlighter pen dotted from Karen from Miss Frugal, and she had sent this to me in a Happy Mail. So I wanted to use it because it had the color green. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and write in March. Again, this is doing it from scratch. Okay, and let's do that. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and just put the days of the week and put in the numbers, and then we'll go from there. All right, so let's go ahead and do this one being 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to continue all the way through. All right, so we can do the setup. And this is one of the things that I love to do. And let me know, is this something you do the same, right? Do you do it with just stickers? Do you just do it with pen or pencil? All right, or do you just do it digitally, which is fine as well? So this one is 15, let's see, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And I'm going to go ahead and put everything here. I wanted to do this part on camera just to spend some time with you guys as I do the setup. It is okay to pre-do it, but I like to do it while I have you on camera so you see the whole full thing. And we are almost done. 28, 29, 30, and 31. All right. And so what I've done is I typically like to start my calendar on a Monday, but because the first in March was actually on a Sunday, I'm going to keep it as that. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just, oops, look at me. I put the Monday anyway as a tradition. So we're going to make that into a Saturday. I'm going to see how I'm going to do that. So let's do. There we go. Oh, it was supposed to be a Sunday, guys. I'll fix that in just a moment. So that's supposed to be a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Actually, I have this vice versa. And yes, I hear her taking a little nap there. All right, so for this one here, this is going to be Sunday, of course. And I'm not going to write it in because I'm going to redo that. So I'm going to go ahead and just go with this one and put in the actual day. Okay. Just to jazz it up a little bit. And I'll go back to do that one. Try to give the page a little bit of life, okay? So now that we have everything in, I'm going to go ahead and put the expenses that we do have going on for this month, and then I'll put in the updates. I've already wrote in the expenses in here, so we'll be stickering those in. But let me go ahead and use this because my daughter said I had to use it, guys. And as I said, she is close in the room, so I know she wants to see the spread once I get it done. So I'm going to add a couple of stickers from in here so she can see I actually used it, and then we'll go ahead and put the info in. All right, so let's go ahead. And she wanted me to use superhero theme, so let me go ahead and do so all over the page. Even though March, you think of St. Patty's, but we doing superheroes up in here, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and put one here. I hope you can see that in frame. Okay, there we go. That little pumpkin. And we have this one here. We want to use as much as heroes as we can, because my daughter was like, Mom, I want to see the setup when you're done. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Actually, I don't want it to be too much in here because I am going to put in. Okay, so there we go. And then we have this cute little pumpkin right here, the final hero. Oh, these stickers are hard to get off. Oh my God. I am fighting to get a sticker. Okay. Oh, I don't want to cut her little. Let's see if I can pull that here, guys. She might get cut off. Oh no. I was trying not to do that because her hair and the layout and everything. There we go. This sticker is giving me a fight. Okay, I do want to put you somewhere in the middle, but let's see. Oh, it's like I don't want to. Let's put it right here. Okay, I don't want to. If I. All right, I'm gonna put you right here, so you can. Let's see. Okay, we'll put it right here because I don't have any birthdays in this month, and we'll put you right there, and then I'll put a couple more. Okay. Super, super. Let's see if we can put it somewhere up there. All right, let's put it right down here. Boom. All right. And I think I'm going to add 2 more things and we're going to get started. I want to go ahead and put in everything in. Thank God I already have the expenses already here to go. So it should not be a problem. Let's do one right here to keep the superhero theme going, because Nay will be looking to see how did I do and where did I put what. So I want her to see that I actually use the stickers. Okay, I think that's good for now. And I'll add anything else that needs to be added off camera. Let's see. All right. Okay. All right, so let's jump into it. I threw a couple of stickers in there and we are good to go. Let's go ahead and put in the expenses we have going on. And I already have it in my faith-based pre-written. So we're just going to put them in as needed. I have them here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I will link the stickers that I'm using if you need some for yourself, okay? You don't have to use faith-based stickers just for faith-based. You can use it anytime. So the first expense that I know that I have at the beginning of the month, every month, will be my mortgage. And that's typically paid in the beginning of the month, okay? We do save bi-weekly in each of our paychecks, and then we put those together and we take care of the mortgage at the beginning of the month, all right? So that is the first expense. The next expense that I have is the following, and that is the water and trash, and that is on the 4th. Okay, so I'm going to place it here, and that is the expense that we have, and that is for $150. As for our mortgage, we do not share that on social media or anything like that, so we do keep that private, but for everything else, it will be listed on the calendar, okay? But just know it has been taken care of. The next expense I have is my electric, and my electric is for $200 for this month. I am budgeting, all right? And so that is the expense. The next thing I have is the following, and that is my, let me grab the sticker. And so that is the AT&T. And for the AT&T, which is for my internet and cable, that one is for $100. All right. I used to pay for this at the end of the month. For some reason, it's been pushed to the 10th. So I have to speak to them on that, because you can choose what day of the month you want to take care of a specific expense. And that one, I'm definitely going to be moving. The next thing I have is my Canva, and I am budgeting that one to be specifically the $13 that's being taken out on the 13th. All right, so that is one of the expenses. The next one I have is my Netflix. And my Netflix, let me grab that off the sticker book, okay, is on the 16th, and that is for $28. The next expense I have is my coffee/Ko-Fi shop, and I do pay a fee of $8 to have that in my shop, and that is for $8. The next expense I have is my Disney Plus. All right, and Disney is due on the 20, let's see, that's 23rd. It is due on the 20th, and that is for Disney Plus and my other subscriptions. The next expense I have is my cell phone, and that is for a family plan of 4 of us. My 2 younger kids, my husband and I, and then my oldest, she pays for her own cell phone on another cell phone plan of her own. So for this one here, it is for $125 for 4 lines. The next expense I have is my membership with SeaWorld, and I can go to 4 theme parks any day of the week, all day, every day. And I pay $35 a month for this specifically, and that is due on the 25th. And then the expenses I have are the following. Let me add that in. I do have my daughter's aftercare. All right, so for her activities and things like that, her aftercare was this month $198 is the estimated amount. It's usually $162. So there was a couple of fees that needed to be taken care of. One was activation fee and something else that they have. So every month they would add some additional fee in a new program that they're having. So that was one of the things. I have my Amazon Prime, and that is for $8. Okay. I have my Google storage fee for the whole family on all their Google Drive to have more storage, and we paid $25 for that monthly. After this, I want to say next month, I am going to be canceling that, and everybody needs to delete as much as they can because that is a waste of money. I need to get rid of that. The next expense that I have is something additional I'm adding. I do have YouTube and Ko-Fi memberships of people I support their channels, and I pay for that monthly, and it all totals up between $20 to $25. And so I want to put that on the calendar as a new expense because I do pay for that monthly. Okay. And so that is to support some content creators' channels. And then I have my toll fee. I do pay $25, sometimes $30, to make sure I have that in my Sun Pass because I do use the toll to get to work. And then I have credit card, okay, of $100. And then I have my HOA. And the HOA is $250, but I like to do 2 payments. On the first paycheck of the month, I pay $125, and then the second paycheck, I pay another $25 to equal the $250. It is due at the end of the month, but I like to split that payment into 2 to make it doable because I do have other expenses and things going on in the calendar. So this is all the expenses, guys. This is how it looks, and this is how things are going to be paid. And so what I got going on, just to add in any different things as well, I do have that to update the calendar. We have St. Patrick's Day. Okay. So we're going to add that in. There we go. So that's a little holiday I'm going to pop in there. I'm going to rewrite it with a pen because I like to go over the highlighter when I'm using one. The other thing I had going on in this month, I did have a dental appointment. So it's a dentist here. And that's that new debt I have going on. I do the first payment in April, but this was for my crowning that I had to do. It was a 2-part. I did one in February, and this is the final appointment for that crowning, which is a new dental expense that we'll go over next month. And then we had in this month, we also had right here, daylight. Okay, savings. And let me know which time did you prefer, guys. All right, did you prefer the other time or do you like this one better? And which one do you like and why? So let me know that, all right, as well. And I think that's pretty much it. This is what we have going on in the month of March. I am doing March Madness, which I'm loving. Okay, I've always done it every year, but this is the first time that I've also created a challenge that everybody is using as well. I used to just do it as doing it, but this is the first time I'm actually have created something Okay, so what I'm going to do in the section where it says notes that I want to put down, these are the notes. So I already have them here. And I'm going to grab my scissor. I think my pumpkin did use it. I'm not sure where she placed it. So let me check for a minute. I'm going to step away from my desk and look on the other side. So you'll hear my chair, but let me go ahead and grab that. I was using the scissor. Okay. Or something earlier. Of course, I have no idea where she put my scissors. I always tell them when they use it to put it back. Okay. So, there we go. All right. So, what I'm just going to cut off what I need to. And there we go. And I'm just cutting it off with a scissor so I can have it placed in. There we go. And this is the notes that I want to remember. All right. That's the first one. And the next one is the following. I had one more and we'll be all done. And I just want to get this calendar in just to get things back into place and just be a little organized when it comes to my budget, because I know I will need this when I need to do my expense check-in. And I want to make sure this is already here so I can do that check-in and have it ready to go. And it does keep me organized with things that has to go with my budget. And these are the key things here. All right, so for notes, I am doing and want to do a no spend. So I am currently doing that in this month of March. I'm also tracking my habits and weight loss. Okay, so that is a series that I will be doing next month as well. And we'll go through that when April gets here. And then, of course, I want to note that I'm doing March Madness. And for financial goals, I want to create more new challenges where I can actually sell them to make extra income. And then I want to do shouting out content creators, which I've been doing on my channel for my watch hour list, where I play them on multiple devices at the house. And of course I go to work and then I just let them play all day. And then with that, I am saving per channel that I am watching a specific amount. I am saving for that. And I have a tracker if you need it to do watch hours, and then joining collabs. Okay, and March Madness is one of those. And there's a couple of ones that I have joined that I'll be starting in the month of April. So there you have it, Kings and Queens, my March monthly overview for me to get organized when it comes down to my budget. So there you have it. I hope you love the spread, and I'll see you in another video. Bye-bye.